Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey. Hey. How y'all doing?
So it has been a long time, almost 6 months, if not more, since I've posted, but I'm so glad to be back and creating content and giving you guys this face. Today I did a kind of gold natural glam with a little purple under eye and some neutral gloss, but I'm really just happy to be back on camera doing my face, talking to you guys. You know, honestly, like, life has been a little bit crazy. I think you guys remember back in September, August, I guess, I was like getting ready to move across the country. Now I like am working my full-time job. I live in Oakland, and it's just, you know, I feel like I've like really gotten into my first year of adulthood, and like things have taken off. I'm probably going to talk about this a little bit more in another video, but I'm just happy to be back filming and creating content. And so if you want to see this look and you want to, you know, just watch me do my face like I do, please keep on watching and then hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. We will be back. I promise I will not ghost you guys anymore. But I'm just so happy to be making content, and I really like how this came out. So if you like how it came out too, just hang out and watch. Okay, bye. Well, not bye, but go watch the video. Thanks. Okay, so we are gonna get started with primer and brows. I just ran out of my Anastasia brow pencil, unfortunately, but I'm going to be using the Sephora retractable brow pencil in dark charcoal. So I don't love this one, and the spoolie is questionable, but it will work. Okay, brows are filled. I'm bringing it a little closer. So brows are filled. I'm going to, this is something I've been doing that's kind of new. So I'm really into like the feathery brow look, and I have been taking my Anastasia brow gel first, and then on top of that I've been taking an edge control. And so I'll use an edge control and a spoolie to like comb out my brows and make them super fluffy. And so I'm just using the edge booster, or really whatever edge control you like, style factor gel, and then a spoolie, and I'll just go and comb through. So let me do my Anastasia first, and then I'll do the edge control. So, too close. I'm going to clean up my brows. Recently I really liked the Fenty concealer in 350 to clean up my brows. It's like the perfect shade for me right now. So I'll just put that on the back of my hand and then clean up with a brush, you know, the usual. And my current and like probably my favorite concealer brush for brows is the Morphe M423. This is what it looks like. It's a little dirty because I did my makeup last night, but it's like short and fat, and it just does the job well. So let's clean that up. Zoom in again because I feel like y'all might enjoy this. And so something that I do now is I don't bring my concealer all the way to the inner corner of my eyebrow. I stop cleaning up my brows like right about here, and then I just let this be natural because I'm gonna go in and like contour and blend in some stuff, and so it doesn't even make sense. It kind of just makes the brows look really sharp if you cut it off right there, so I just stop right there. Okay, so now I'm going to take a fluffy like brush, I guess, whatever, and just blend out the concealer onto my lids, and then kind of in this inner corner so there's not a harsh line where I stopped adding concealer. Okay, brows are done. Concealer, I'm gonna add some concealer to my under eye, I'm gonna take the same Fenty one, if I can find it. Found it. Okay. I'm gonna take my Fenty one. I'm going to put that on my lids and then just blend out with that same fluffy brush just to set my eyelid, get a nice little blank canvas going. So before I set that, I'm gonna take a different little blending brush. Take another blending brush, and I'm going to take Truffle by Fenty, and I'm gonna contour like this inner part. If you see this part of my eyebrow, eye area, I feel like that just gives structure to your eye makeup. So I'm gonna start with that. Take my brush, just do a little swirl. You see me swirling, rubbing a little bit on my hand just so it's not too intense, and swirling again. And then I will go into this part of my eye and just blend. So that kind of that area where I didn't add any concealer, I'm just kind of blending out the front of my brow. And there we go. Look, I already have like a nose. All right. Now I'm going to, I'm not even gonna set my eyes. I don't need to do that. So I'm gonna start with the Nubian 2 palette by Juvia's Place. Y'all probably have seen this on my channel before. If not, who knows? And I'm taking this color right here, which is Morocco, and then this color Madagascar, just to start. I'm gonna start with Madagascar, which is the brown color, and then go into my crease just to get a little bit of dimension. And I like to not just do this part, but I also like to bring it out towards my eyebrow. I feel like that kind of gives me the shape that I want on my eye, you know, draws things out and up. So taking that brown Madagascar color and just taking it out, drawing it out. Same thing on the other side. And this is not too far off from my skin tone, so it's a good transition color. Anything that's maybe a shade or two deeper than your skin tone would be good for this. Okay, so next I'm going to take this orange color, Morocco, like I just said, use the same brush, and then I'm just gonna go a little bit under the color that I just used. Okay, now I'm gonna take a clean-ish brush, don't judge me, and just blend those two out and kind of blow it out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of that brown Madagascar color that I used, so this one, because I want it a little bit deeper. Just taking that brush, tapping it off a little bit, and then going back in just to blend some more. I'm gonna take this color right here, which is Kenya, and it's like a purpley brown. I think it like leans a little bit purple, but it's definitely a dark brown. I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush and just tap into that, tap it off. And this is just to deepen up kind of the corner areas of my eyes. So I'm still keeping this pretty light, pretty airy. So I'm really just tapping in to that to get some of that color on there, and then blending into my crease. Not going too high, really just blending into my natural crease. I just want to darken up that corner. So I really like what that's done. It's just deepened up the corners a little bit, giving us a little bit more dimension in the eye. I'm going to take that same brush with the leftover powder. Well, the leftover, I don't know what brush. gonna take the same brush with that leftover brown from Madagascar and just blend that out a little bit more. It's all about blending, blending, blending. Okay, and now for the fun. I am going to take Sheba, which is this color right here. It's like a browny, coppery color, brassy color. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a gold. I'm just gonna pack that on this like little smudger brush, and that is gonna go all over my eyelid. Not super particular about where, just kind of on the eyelid space, probably dragging up a little bit. Oh, I love that. I don't know if you guys can see that super well because of lighting, but oh, beautiful. I'm really bringing that all the way into the inner corner and then a little above my crease. I don't have super huge eyelids, so I like to fake like I do and carry things up. Okay, now that's on there. I'm actually going to take another eyeshadow that I really like. This is a Milani shadow, and it's like a single shadow. It's called Bella Copper. This is what it looks like inside. It's like it's a warmer gold than the other one I use. I'm gonna take that same little smudger brush that I use and just kind of go over to warm up the eyelid. I'm blending the edges of that glitter into the matte browns that I had in the corner so that everything is seamless. And then again, going to take that first brush that I was using with Madagascar and Morocco, going to tap into a little bit of both because who cares? And then just blend around that color. This is bringing back some dimension. I took a little bit more of Kenya, added to my outer corners just to deepen up. I'm still blending. I'm zooming out a little bit. I'm going to take a makeup wipe and just wipe off the fallout and glitter and just clean up kind of like these crazy edges that are happening right now. And look, so much cleaner. Okay, so I put some primer on earlier around the eye area, but I know that I usually take a makeup wipe and wipe off like the rest of my face, so I'm going to add primer. I'm using my and everybody else's favorite, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Just taking a little squirt on the tip of my fingers and then rubbing it into my face. Okay, so for skin, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation, Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is in the shade 360. This is my wintry shade. I got a little color last week, but we can make it work. It's not too far off. And this is super lightweight. Wouldn't say it's super full coverage, but I think it does what I want to do. Okay, my camera did some things, but Fenty concealer on the face, the hydrating, not concealer, Fenty foundation on the face. I'm gonna add a little more because I didn't get enough in that first spray, so I did like 2 pumps of it, maybe 1.5. I'm not gonna use the whole second one, and mostly focusing on the lower part of my face. And then I'm going to take this Morphe M6 brush. It's like a flat buffer brush. I really like it for foundation, and then just buffing my foundation out really well. It's a pretty sheer layer, so I really don't want too much, but just getting this everywhere nice and smooth. So that really just evened out my skin tone. It's not super full coverage, just like a nice, light, really just natural foundation. I do need to warm my face up, and I also need to conceal and color correct. To color correct around like this area of my mouth, I definitely have a couple of scars I want to get hidden. I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Butterscotch. This color is a little bit closer to my actual skin tone, so I just take that and go over any little darkness around my mouth, any little scars, really in my chin area specifically. Okay, and then I'm taking that same brush and just blending this out. Okay, I'm gonna take a makeup wipe and wipe the concealer off my lips so I don't look like a zombie. Okay, so for concealer under the eyes and forehead, nose situation, I'm going to take a combination of the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Warm Sand, so this is a little bit lighter, and then I'm also going to take the Fenty concealer. They're kind of the same color on me, I just like the mix of the two different textures. This is pretty creamy, this is a little bit more like, I don't know how to describe, like demi matte maybe, I don't know. This is definitely creamier, this is not as much, but I like the two of them together. Demi matte, that's probably wrong, but I don't know, you'll see, I guess. So I'm just putting this under my eyes and putting a generous amount, then taking the Fenty concealer and really just focusing this under my eyes a little bit more, so you can't even really tell in terms of color. It's not much lighter, but I think it just adds a little something. And then I'll just bring this in dots down my center of my nose for a nose highlight. And I'm really blending this back and then taking the butt of the sponge and kind of softening out here, but I do like this whole like very bright area right here. I'm into that right now, so dragging my concealer all the way out. I am just taking that brush and blending out my concealer in the middle of my nose, up to my forehead, and then down. Now I'm going to, before I set my face, I'm going to take my Truffle by Fenty. I like to warm it up on the back of my hand. Really rub it in there with all the other things that are on my hand right now. And then I take a stippling brush. This is just some e.l.f. stippling brush. I actually really like this one. It's the Selfie Ready Stipple brush. And blending that in onto the brush and then taking it onto my face and, you know, warming it up, adding cheekbones. Okay, and then to make sure that's all blended, I'm just gonna take the booty of my blender and then just blend out the edges. Alright, and then now we set. To set my under eyes, I'm using Laura Mercier translucent powder and just taking my sponge, tapping into that, and then not a lot, just a little bit, going underneath my eyes, forehead, and then chin area. I know it looks like a lot, but it's like a pretty thin layer, and I'm not going to keep it for a long time. And then to blend that away quickly, taking Love of My Life Sephora MicroSmooth and a Morphe Y2 brush. Taking this, tapping it off, and then just blending away the excess powder. You don't want to look all cakey. It's not cute. I mean, if you want to look cakey, that's on you, but I don't want to look cakey. So this helps that. Okay, and then to warm up my face, again, even though I already did that, contour, I'm taking the Fenty bronzers. I don't know why it took me so long to think about that. The Fenty bronzers, this is in Caramel Cutie. It's one of the little ones. I don't know why I got such a tiny one, but it works. And then I'm just gonna take an angled brush. I think this is from Wet n Wild. And then I like to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and also use just whatever bronzer I use, so now Caramel Cutie, to contour my nose super lightly. I don't like a very strong nose contour, so I'm just taking that, rubbing it in, and then tapping a lot of it off. And then I'm going to go from this part of my nose down, so like really what this like in between the eyebrows area is, and then dragging it down. And then going underneath my nose a little bit, and at the tip, and to blend that out, taking that same Y2 brush that I used to put the MicroSmooth powder on, and just, you know, brushing it away. Okay, so I'm going to spray my face, and then I still have to do, oh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna put on some blush, because who would I be? I just finally purchased the Milani Luminoso blush, and it has changed my life. I feel like I've been missing out on everything good for the last however many years of my life, and I'm just taking a blush brush and this, really getting in there, tapping some off, and then almost putting it where I would highlight, because it does have some glow, and then I'm gonna add a little, probably not gonna add highlighter. So this is kind of doing the blush and highlight thing for me at the same time. Oh, look how gorgeous. Okay, and then blush on my nose, because I like that. And I'm gonna set my face. And to set, I'm doing something different. I'm not using Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Not totally by choice, but kind of because the lady in Morphe, well, the lady in Ulta scammed me. She convinced me that I would like this, and that it was continuous. I think I might like this. I'm still trying to figure out, but this is the Luminous Setting Mist by Morphe. It's not continuous, which is kind of probably the only thing I don't love about it, but it is like supposed to be super glowy, and I have used it and my makeup's been really, really glowy. So if you're on the drier side, I would say this is like something to try, you know, if you're not afraid of like leaving your classics and your favorite setting spray, like try it out, Luminous Setting Spray. So we'll see. And I'm drenching my face as usual. Okay, and then taking my sponge again and really pressing that in. Cool. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit more, because I'm going to add a little color to the under eye. So what I wanna do, I wanna do like purple. That's what I'm feeling. Let's see. All right, I have a vision. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm gonna take this purple color in the bottom right, beautiful color, and I'm going to take a pencil brush like this and go in and basically act like I'm lining my under eye. So in with some more. Same thing on the other eye. And I'm kind of dragging it, not all the way out, but I'm kind of connecting it with this little, you know, wingy situation I have going on with my shadow. And on top of that, I do want to add a little bit of glitter, not glitter, but like shimmer. So I'm going to take the, I'm gonna take the Perception palette, ColourPop palette by Shayla and ColourPop, and it's like this purpley pink color, which should probably lean more purple when I put it on top of this, and I'm just gonna go right on top. Yep. That's it. I'm just taking a clean brush, quote unquote clean brush, and kind of just blending out the edges of things. I don't want it to be too harsh. So going around here and here, softening things up, final touches. Okay, I'm gonna pop on mascara and lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are on, mascara's on. I feel like I need a little bit more blush. I love Luminoso, but I do think I need a little more. So I'm gonna take that same Zulu palette and take the pink, this middle one, and just take my blush brush and go in with it, tap it off, and then go over. Add a little bit more color. Yeah. And then we will do a lip. So for my lip, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna take this Kiss lip liner. It's in coffee brown, and just line my lips. And then for gloss, I'm gonna take the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. It's like a little baby pink, super light, super cute. And then rub. The way that I make sure I don't have like a super dark line outside is I go over my liner with my gloss. So I don't just go in the middle and then leave the liner. I really try to rub on top of it, and I feel like that lightens up the liner a good little bit. Okay, well, that is the final look. I really hope you guys liked it. I hope you're glad I'm back making videos. It's been literally 6 months. I'm so excited to be back making videos, creating content. You know, I think I'm gonna try and get to the hair area because hair was not really big on my channel when I had first started off. So really trying to do some natural hair, straight hair styles, this look. So we will get that going, but thank you. And if you like this, please like this video, comment, hit that bell notification, and subscribe, join the family. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.